Look! Look, the dynamic duo!
Hey guys, welcome to the Dynamic Duo. I'm Franz.
I'm Kevin. Welcome back to Avengers Tower and the Batcave. I am taking a moment to talk about my daddy today, and I mean Papa George of Lucasfilm and the future of what the company is looking like, and the fact that fans have taken AI and they are producing material that is phenomenal and well beyond what, unfortunately, the studio is allowing to be produced.
Agreed.
I don't know if any of you have heard, but within the next 2 weeks, Kathleen Kennedy is stepping down as the head of Lucasfilm, and Dave Filoni and another member of the Lucas team will be taking over. I am looking forward to this, but I am also cautiously optimistic. There is a lot to the job that Kathy Kennedy has done. There is a lot to being a studio head, and fans and folks of the internet need to realize this doesn't happen overnight. And although I find Filoni to be a genius, um, I hope he takes it slow and that the company is able to survive.
Interesting. Interesting. As you know, I defer to you when it comes to Star Wars and when it comes to DC. You're the Star Wars file and you're the DC file of the team. Um, so I obviously have some opinions, but rather than express my opinions, I'd like to ask you, your expertise expert. What's interesting to me is this. What do you think would be a good job from Filoni? Like, what do the fans want? What would be ideal for you? What are you looking for?
To me, and from my perspective, the fans themselves are split into three camps.
Interesting.
Okay. You have the classic characters a la Vader, Luke, Leia, Chewbacca, etc. Okay. Classic trilogy folks. There is a level of fandom that only wants that. Then you have another level of fandom that is big on both the prequel characters, a la Anakin, Padme, Qui-Gon, etc., and they only want that. Then you have within that same space, and I'm kind of looping them together. You have another group that only wants to see Rey, Poe Dameron, and Finn, etc. And like I said, I'm kind of looping them together with the prequel folks for a reason. And then you have what I call the third tier, or if you really want to look at it differently, a fourth tier of material, which is new material, a brand new stories set in that universe, or extensions of stories within Lucas's world that have allowed us to have Star Wars Rebels, The Mandalorian, and material like Ahsoka. Okay? That's part of the genius of what Lucas created from the start. He created a universe that is not just about Anakin Skywalker or Han Solo, etc. And the audience needs to learn, move beyond this, because the world within what we see is bigger than that.
Wow, interesting.
I personally would love a new expansion on what happened, not with the Skywalker clan per se, but on other levels of the universe in between A New Hope and Empire. There are tons of stories that have been written and depicted. Bring those to life. Whether you do them live action or animated, bring them to us. We want them.
Fascinating. Fascinating. And very educational. And I get what you're saying. I understand it. You explained it very, very well. Let me tell you my layperson's point of view. And sometimes people like me are the problem, because I feel like sometimes people like me are the problem for Marvel. People that think they know the material, but they don't actually know the material, and their opinion is based on their ignorance of the material, and so they're demanding things that actually doesn't fit the material. It's not proper for the material. So I'm giving my opinion just as a point of interest rather than as an opinion that I want to share, because I don't feel like showing. So I like Star Wars. I've watched most of the Star Wars movies. I'm not a Star Wars fanatic. I don't know the material as well as you do, and so for me, it's interesting. There's a connection and a disconnection at the same time. I have a connection to Star Wars through the main characters, which is Luke and Leia and Han, and that core, Darth Vader. That's my villain. That's what I know, and and so I have a connection to those characters, but I don't necessarily have a connection to the Star Wars universe. I haven't read the novels. I haven't seen a lot of the cartoons and stuff like that, the extended material. I haven't followed it because I don't have that connection to the universe per se. Having said that, I love The Mandalorian. It's my number one Star Wars thing, more so than even the Darth Vader stuff. And I really loved Endor, because the quality of the show was just so good and the stories were so compelling. And it did something that you said to me yesterday when we were talking about this. It was a brilliant way of giving you new material, isolated material that connects to the past, that referenced the past. And so I thought that was really, really brilliant. And so as a fan, I loved it because of the delivery of it, not because of the universe, not because of Darth Vader, not because of anything. It could have been not new, Star Wars related, and I would have liked that show. The fact that it was Star Wars related and connected to other material, the storyline, was a beautiful plus even for me. So it's a weird. So the question is, for me as a second tier fan, the only thing that I ask is good material. Like I don't know which characters to add. I get it that you can't go Vader, 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 I get that. I get that. I get that you can't do Luke. But having said that, there's something that you said earlier that I wanted to address. And it's something that we talked about in a previous show. We taped several different subjects on the same time, and we were talking about Marvel and the teasers that have been released. And dude, what the fans are doing out there with the AI is just phenomenal. Like
Yes.
I can't tell the difference anymore. Like I'm watching Luke Skywalker be Luke Skywalker and be a decent actor. Again, there's some limitations that the fans have, but what's being demonstrated is that you can actually tell a full-on Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, Han Solo movie at that time period and tell that story. So they've expanded the possibilities now, Kevin, in a huge way. Now, having said that, should we tell more Luke Skywalker stories? Should we tell more Darth Vader stories? I don't have the answer to that. I'll accept your answer. I think it's a very good answer. And okay, great. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's so cool. A friend of mine just texted me that he got some really good positive results, and I was worried about that. So I'm very, very happy for that. And so yeah, I don't know the answer. I don't know which way to go. I can only relate it to my feelings about Marvel. And the way that I feel about Marvel is that I am a character fan. So I love Spider-Man, Hulk, Thor, Captain America. You know, I want to see their stories, and there are multiple stories that you could tell with those characters. Literally endless. And we have 70 years of 50, 60, 40, whatever it is, years of material that you can pull from to tell Captain America stories and Spider-Man stories. And some of them could be repeated. You know, he fights Doc Ock for the third time type of situation. And you could make that third time just as interesting as the first time. That's number one. The second thing is that through my love of the individual characters, I like the universe. So if you introduce a new character into that universe, I'm interested. Am I a fan? Not necessarily. Am I going to watch it? Not unless it's good and has earned, and you know, you could get to, you know, introduce new characters and fall in love with new characters. But that's a very difficult thing to do, Kevin. People take that for granted. It's a difficult thing to do, to introduce a character that makes people fall in love with them. It's not an easy thing to do. So if you can do that, kudos to you. If Star Wars can do that, kudos to them. But for me, if I'm going to deal with Marvel, I want my primary characters, not even my B-list characters, and certainly not my C-list characters, unless, of course, the material is just that good. You know, you could do a Speedball movie. If it's a great movie, it's a great movie. It doesn't matter. But am I asking for the next Marvel movie to be Speedball? The answer is no, because I don't want to see it. I'm not necessarily interested in Speedball movies. So that's my opinion of Star Wars. I think the possibilities are now hugely open. I think they can do a lot. What they should do, I'll leave it up to you to determine what they should do,
Well,
which you've already expressed.
I will add this, if I may. Do yourself a favor, ladies and gentlemen. Go on the web, look for Beggar's Canyon.
Yes.
Okay, which is a Star Wars fan film. Also, look for Star Wars Stories Untold. They do some dynamite work, and I have to tell you, do yourselves a favor. Look for a fan film that deals with The Empire Strikes Back specifically. And it's an extension of the scene where Lando turns in Han and Leia.
There will be a substantial reward for the one who finds the Millennium Falcon. You are free to use any methods necessary, but I want them alive. No disintegrations.
As you wish.
Lord Vader. My lord, we have them.
So much for that. Don't worry. Solo's not that easy to catch. Trust me.
Lord Vader, I assure you our operation here is completely legitimate. If there are concerns about our mining output or tax compliance, I can provide full documentation.
I am not here about your mining operation.
Then, how can Cloud City be of service?
A ship is coming here. The Millennium Falcon.
The Millennium Falcon? I don't know of it.
Do not lie to me, Calrissian. The ship's captain is known to you.
Han Solo. Yes, we've had dealings in the past.
When he arrives, you will welcome him. Then deliver him and his companions to me.
Why? What do you want with them?
Another ship will follow. An X-Wing starfighter. You will allow it to land. Do not alert the pilot.
Who's on this other ship?
The pilot's name is Skywalker. He is important to the Emperor.
And Solo? His companions? They're just bait?
Once Skywalker arrives, they will have served their purpose. They will remain here under your supervision.
So they won't be harmed?
Not if they cooperate.
I don't really have a choice, do I?
What the creators behind that have done is beyond words. And I have been a fan, as the world knows, since late 77, going into 78 and beyond. And I am still that fan. And what these folks did is it's beyond words. You can have your issues about AI, but I'm telling you, a lot of what has been created, especially in recent months and years, by Star Wars fans, some of this stuff needs to be in the movies if it were possible.
When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am.
You know, I've said this in the previous show when we were talking about the movie. I'm sick and tired of the fact that the fans get it more than the producers. I'm sick and tired of that. A lot of the fans, the fans are a confusing mess because we contradict each other. As you said, they fall into different camps of, Star Wars. So the fans can be a mess. But some of the fans that are producing some of this stuff get it in a way that the producers don't. And what I mean by that is that they produce material that is universally liked. Did you see the I'm sure you saw it probably 10 times more than me, but the remake of the battle between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader, where
Absolutely.
on the Death Star when he when Obi-Wan dies, the level, I mean, that's just beautiful stuff, excellent stuff, and the delivery of the action is just so far superior than what was originally delivered. So yeah, the fans get it. And I'm tired of the fact that the producers run away from those things. But listen, guys, let us know what you think. Let us know which of you are in Kevin's camp of Star Wars File as opposed to mine as an extended fan. And don't forget to like and subscribe and to hit that notification bell and to share this video. We need your help to help grow the channel. We'll talk to you later.
Until we meet again, may the Force be with you. And remember, Nexus is where you want to be.
I like it.